Hey guys, welcome to your favorite girl show. Bear It All with Jay and
Che.
And of course, our lovely guest.
What's going on, Kingdom War?
Oh, what's going on?
I know my name don't rhyme with y'all, so I was like, damn, I didn't know what timing to drop and shit.
It's all good. It's all
Right.
good.
You're just gonna have to just be the eyeball.
So tell us your social media or anything that people can follow you on and any new projects that you have coming up that you want people to look out for.
Definitely at King Noir on Twitter, X, whatever it's called right now.
Oh
Yeah.
At The Real King Noir on Instagram or King Noir X on Instagram. I'm shadow banned, so you gotta search and find me.
Really?
And then at King Noir on OnlyFans, RoyalFetishXXX.com.
OnlyFans. Oh.
The King Noir XXX.com. And yeah.
XXX like meaning like explicit?
Yeah, like it's pornography
okay. Oh.
Not safe for work and shit.
Not safe for work. Don't be trying to look them up while
Depending
y'all
on where
at
you work at.
okay?
You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Oh, okay.
Y'all can watch it here.
And so King Noir, so Noire, right?
Yes.
Okay, got it.
And so I could say, Che just came to one of our video shoots, not a porn shoot, but a music video
Right.
shoot. I got a new album that's on the way, so I've dropped a couple singles off of it. So go fuck with that. King said it's some Jersey club bounce right there, so
It
y'all can have
is.
a good time.
And you know what? It's out on Spotify now. It's on like
Yes.
Apple too,
Yeah,
right?
it's everywhere. Tidal, anywhere you could get music at.
Okay, so the name of the song is King Said, and you can get it on any platform, and it is a complete bop for sure. Like, you know what? I think we missed, because we did the video shoot yesterday, and I think it's going to turn out amazing.
It looked.
It was
great.
so much
nice.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She had
and
a
I feel
paddle.
like,
Oh, okay. Oh, sorry.
first of all,
I don't want to say too much.
I feel like we could have done a little like voguing in there too. I felt like it had that vibe, but I don't know if you got into it after I left, but you know what I mean? Like,
After you left, Stella did a split on the throne. I picked her up.
okay.
Some one-handed push-ups was involved.
Okay.
And she got on the throne, and I was like Magic Mike and her on the throne for a minute. You know what I'm saying? So that,
I missed all of that.
I don't know if that counts as voguing though.
It doesn't, but
Oh, okay.
it still sounds very sexy. However,
Shout
I am
out, shout out to Madonna anyway then.
for sure. But I will say I did miss out on the champagne at the end. I'm a little mad about that.
We did pop some bottles at the end just to celebrate
Yes.
getting this video done because it was, I don't know, the brother that directed it, shout out Rock Davis, he done work with like Mary J. Blige, Nas, like all the,
okay.
Lil Uzi Vert, like all kinds of like artists out there, but me and him done known each other from like way back.
Right. Well, that's
Oh,
what's up.
okay.
He was super professional,
Yeah.
so very good at directing, and like I felt very comfortable with him. So he was totally.
It's
awesome.
funny because he know I do music and stuff, but I'm like, yo, I need you to direct something for me. He like, what? He's like, I don't do that.
Right.
You have a dimple. Also, you part of like the dimple club with us.
Oh shit,
Oh, we
dimple
all got a
gang.
dimple.
Bang, bang.
All right, so we're going to start off
Yeah.
with a little battle game real
Here
quick
she
just to
goes.
break the ice a little bit. Just 3 questions. I'm going to ask both of you.
It's a battle.
It is a battle.
Yeah,
so
So what do I win when I win?
it depends.
Okay.
It depends. So, I mean, bragging rights for sure.
Okay.
But however, we didn't discuss prizes
We might
yet.
have some chocolate around here somewhere. I don't know.
You probably don't
shit.
eat chocolate, do you?
Depends.
Okay, never mind. Never mind. All right, so just 3 quick questions. This has to do with actual anal sex. So 3 questions. Are you more susceptible to STIs through anal sex? This question's for you, Jamie. Are you more susceptible to STIs with anal sex?
I don't think
True
so.
or false?
False.
So false?
Well, you are more susceptible, and I would say false.
Okay, so you think that
Yeah,
you can get STIs easily more through regular sex
I think
than
either. I
anal
don't think
anal
it's
sex?
one. I don't think it's one
Okay.
above the other.
So it actually is true. You are more susceptible to STIs through anal sex because of the delicate nature of the anus, because it can easily be more irritated and get abrasions and lacerations. That can actually make you more susceptible of getting, because it's not, you don't typically have a natural lubricant there in that area. So if you don't use something, that friction can cause some open areas
interesting.
in the skin, therefore making you
just
more
clenched.
susceptible to STIs.
And that's why lube sells itself.
That's lube. Definitely make sure y'all get the lube, okay?
Yeah, I'm
and that's
seeing
part of
that.
my health tip later on today. Get that lube, okay? So the next question is for you. Do Kegel exercises improve rectal tone?
Yes.
Absolutely, yes.
You would know
that
that.
is very true. Yes.
Yo, you need to do your dick
Yeah.
ups.
Yes.
Listen.
Dick ups are very important.
Yes, for men. For men.
And then vaginal Kegel exercises
Exactly.
for women as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Keeps your elasticity good and,
Very good. Okay.
And also it keeps you from
Bladder.
peeing on yourself when you get
Yep, I was
older.
going to bladder.
That's true too. That is true too. That's what I've been working on all the time. All my Kegels.
This one
I'm
has
doing it right now.
Literally the weakest bladder. Okay, we have urinal. We have female urinals in our car, both of our cars, because she usually has to make a pit stop. Like it could be in the middle of us driving. I gotta pee. All right, pull over or get the urinal.
See, besides me having 2 kids, I'm over 40. I had a hysterectomy, so I have.
It's been like this since I've known you.
Yeah, but that is not true. It is way worse now. Anyway, I don't pee on myself. However, if I gotta
she
go, I
literally
gotta
just
go.
pees on the side. There's so much footage.
side
I'm
of the
sure
road.
from
She has me
from
video.
satellite. Satellite has so much footage of
That's
this girl
on your
on the side of the road
OnlyFans?
peeing. It is on her
I don't
OnlyFans. You
have
guys
OnlyFans.
subscribe.
I do not have OnlyFans. Y'all don't want to see me on OnlyFans.
I don't know about that.
I was gonna
I'm
say.
sorry. I said that out loud.
Okay.
Shut up.
I was thinking the same thing.
Okay, both y'all. Relax. The last question. So I'm going to have you both answer. So I'll let you answer first and then I'll let you answer. And if it's the same answer, whatever. So I'll ask you first. Does anal intercourse lead to fecal incontinence? True or false?
I think so. Definitely true. I think so because especially depending on the size.
Okay. What do you think?
It is possible.
Okay, so you both think it's true. So there has been some studies. The studies they haven't had a whole lot of studies regarding this particular subject. It can make you more susceptible to fecal incontinence. However, it's not like just because you have anal sex doesn't necessarily mean you're gonna have
Right.
it. So you can have it, but you're not necessarily, just because you do it doesn't mean you're definitely gonna have it at some point in your life.
It's for them people that's not out there using lube. That's why.
Yeah, so that's the thing. So the key is using lube, doing your Kegels,
Just
and
numbing cream, right?
Well, you can't you don't necessarily want to use numbing cream because then you don't
You're
know
not
if you're
gonna
having
know if you're getting
pain.
incontinent.
Yeah, you're
So
not
if you
gonna
use
know.
numbing, if you use numbing cream, it's gonna make you're not gonna know how much more lube you're gonna need because you're not feeling the friction. So it could actually be worse if you use numbing cream. So
might
just take the proper precautions. Use your lube.
You're saying just take it.
And I didn't say just take it. You got to there's a process to it. Anyway, we're not going to get into the process.
Can I just ask, like, have you done that before?
Who hasn't done anal before? I'm over 40.
I
Come
don't
on.
know. Some people, I know. Listen,
Over 40 that haven't done anal?
Do you like it?
That's not necessarily for me. I prefer everything else except, but I will do it if the other. I am a pleaser at the end of the day. So if my partner wants to do it, then I would, as long as their size isn't too crazy. But anyway, so what about you? Do you have any tips
Any tips?
for anal?
Tips for anal, definitely. You can't mention lube enough, but also start where you're at. You know what I'm saying? So if you've never had anal sex before, don't just jump up to the giant dildo that you've been eyeing at the store or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Try pinky first, maybe.
Anal beads, something
The
smaller
little
just
plugs.
to kind of teach you how to start relaxing your body.
Yeah.
That's another thing you can do, whatever relaxes you. So if other forms of sex help warm you up and relax your body, do that.
Or drink a bottle.
Nah.
Drink a bottle.
Go-
You mean alcohol?
Yeah, nah.
No.
You don't ever want to do anything that's gonna make you not feel what you're supposed to be feeling, because then you wouldn't know if something's going wrong.
Right. That is very
So
true.
you don't want to numb yourself out with liquor or
She wants to numb her
any of
brain
that.
out. That's
Yeah.
what that is. She wants to numb her brain out of the
I've done it
situation.
before, yeah. But I'm just
But,
saying, it's just like, it's so, I think it's ironic. I know this isn't our topic, but like how some people love anal, like love, and some people like hate it.
And regardless if they're male, female, or whatever.
Some
Yeah.
people just need,
Yes, for sure. And
I think that can be with any form of sex too, though. You know, I think it's really about finding what you like and running with it. And if it's something you don't like, don't do that shit. You know what I'm saying?
But I
Because
think
then
you
it
should
then it
try
could
it,
scar
though.
you. It could scar you. You know what I'm saying? Like I think, and I'm not specifically just saying anal.
Yeah, for anything.
But it's like anything out there. If you're just like, I don't like it. I mean, you don't truly know unless you try. But
Right,
then
yeah.
also, there are certain things that I know I don't like, and I ain't tried it. So
Like what?
going to a Trump rally.
no, I agree
Okay.
with you.
You know what I'm saying?
That's something I will
and
not
I
do.
mean,
For sure.
I'm sure that-
I got you.
you know, I think there's just things in life that we can be like, nah, that shit ain't for me.
Oh, for sure.
Right.
And we can trust how we know our own selves for that.
Yeah.
But
I think when it comes to go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say like, but I do think with anal, a lot of times people they jump into that shit. You know what I'm saying? And once you do that, then you have your first experience is a bad experience.
Yeah, and then you don't.
Yes.
It's gonna scar you.
Especially if you're with someone, if you're both novices and you don't know what you're doing, then that could be a problem, number one. But number two, if you have an experienced partner to help you kind of get through the initial process, I think that's your best bet.
My first ever experience having anal sex with my partner, she started bleeding and we didn't know all the relaxation techniques. We was young. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that shit, I did not have anal sex with anybody for like 10 years.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? I was
It
like, nah, I'm
scarred
not
you?
doing this
You're
shit.
like,
I was
no,
like,
not
I-
doing
Yeah, 'cause
it.
you're
Like,
like,
if she
I
was
don't wanna
bleeding,
hurt.
it was like,
Yeah.
it was not, it
No,
was not
because
a
it's
pretty
such a
sight.
vascular area. So,
Yeah.
and especially with your size, I'm sure she was definitely
That shit freaked me out.
feeling some type of way. For
said
sure.
with your
Poor
size.
thing. I'm just saying, his videos are out there. It's not like, it's not like we have any personal situations. No, it's out there.
She
like,
explained it now.
it's out
I'm just
there.
making sure it's known. Like this is why I know.
I'm just saying.
She
Y'all
said it
can-
is not from
any-
personal experience. I don't know
somebody that
him.
looks similar to. No, I'm playing.
Oh,
In one of the
please,
videos,
please.
Yeah.
So I just have a quick question before we get into the topics. Do you think vibrators, because they say vibrators, some people say vibrators break pussies. What do you feel
They
about?
break them?
Yeah, like they're become desensitized, like they don't have the sensation to have, the same orgasms during regular sex. How do you feel about that?
Pussy, the most powerful thing on earth. Can't nothing break a pussy.
Amen.
Listen, I agree, but however, we've had people on
mean,
the show say that.
I think everybody, and this is another thing, like I don't truly believe in like blanket statements for all human beings
sure.
Right,
about
yeah,
all
yeah.
things sensational. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? So some people might, it's like chasing a high with an orgasm sometimes, right? Like, ooh, it felt good when I used this thing. Now this thing doesn't work for me anymore the same way
Right.
because I've had,
You've had it so
but
much.
But it's also like, if that's the case, you know what I'm saying? Jerking off this way bores me now. Like I jerk off this way now. You know what I'm saying? It's
Right.
like, did it break
Yeah.
my dick? No, it's just I want to try something different.
Right.
So I don't think that is particular, but I do think there are like particularly men who get like a little intimidated by sex toys because they also don't want to put in the work to actually make sure a woman is pleased because it's more work than just pleasing themselves.
Right. No, that's
So
true.
then it's like, oh yeah, that vibrator done made you all fucked up because now when I do my old move from 5 years ago, you
Stop
don't
doing
come
that
no more.
old move, okay?
You know what I'm saying?
Get something new. Watch a new video. Watch a
Yes.
King War video.
And the
Get a
thing
new
is,
move.
All of them.
some guys think that whatever worked for someone else is going to work for their new partner, and that is not true. Everybody's very different in their erogenous areas and places that you can, get
I
a
love when
person
you say
there.
That word. Say that word again.
Oh my gosh,
She just said. She just said that. Say it again. What area?
erogenous. Anyways,
It's just so like I don't know.
because some people, they get off on different things, as I'm sure you know. So it's like you can't keep doing the same thing with everybody, thinking it's going to get everybody to the same place.
Yeah.
Anyways, aside from that, I just wanted to ask you that because since you're in the industry, you're around a lot of different things, a lot of different people, and I'm sure people say things, regarding using toys, not using toys.
Yo, we have used toys on set, like like Sybians and things like that, and I've never heard somebody like after the Sybian, they can't go back to other
Right.
vibrators or dicks or pussies or whatever the fuck, you know what I'm saying?
Well, I think more so she's probably talking about her wands, okay? Because
Why you always gonna bring my wand up?
because
Yo, the wand is the truth.
Yeah,
huh?
but the wand, because at one point she was using it so much, and she was like, I feel like I'm numb.
I would say no. I just feel I'm addicted to this thing. This thing gets me there in like minutes. I'm like, okay.
And
But I
it's
mean,
like-
something like that though. If you were using the one, like let's say you just went on some marathon shit, you know, it's like kind of the same. Like I've definitely had marathon sex or like marathon jerk off sessions or something like that, where I'm just like, yo, I think I done rubbed my skin raw right now.
Yeah,
like I need to
like,
chill the
yeah,
fuck
exactly.
out. You know what I'm saying? But it's not like your shit don't work. We just gotta.
Yeah, give it a little
gotta
time
take a little
to
breather and
recover.
shit.
Just like when you
Right.
work out at the gym. You got to give your
Exactly.
muscles time to recover and build and, you know, that kind of thing.
Take
So,
care
yeah.
of your
Take a
sex
break.
muscles.
First of all, I did take a break because one side of the pussy was bigger than the other. Cause
no, literally visible in her pants. I was like, why do I see?
and she always pointed out, she said, why is that pussy lip bigger than the other? Because this side of the pussy is more sensitive. I don't know.
You just had one diesel ass side of your camel toe.
I guess.
Yes.
I guess. And of course, she's the only one that's going to notice.
Because it was literally right there. So, all right. So we want to know. So how you're in the porn industry. How long have you been in it? Kind of where you got started. Why were you always like into?
Are you tired of telling this story?
Nah, I'm good.
Okay.
I'm
He's
here.
excited
I'm
about
here.
it. You know.
I'm here. So I'm an old hoe. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
I have been in some form of adult entertainment for 20 years. I've had like almost any possible adult entertainment performance
So how old
job
are
you
you?
can imagine. I'm 42.
Okay.
Oh, you're right there with me.
Yeah. So, you know, that's why I do my dick ups, you know what I'm saying? Making sure everything works.
So at what point did you want to know? I know I asked you a lot of questions, but like at what point did you want to know that this was it, or did it? I don't want to say did it stem from something else, because you know I think back in the day, you're 42, I'm 42. You know, we're in that range. Like you had Real Sex 6 all on HBO, all that stuff. Because I know I was watching that at a young
Real
age.
sex was the shit back in the day.
I know. Nobody shaved, nothing. It was just
The cool thing is I've actually performed with some of the people who were on Real Sex. Like, not just like porn performers, but also like Jessica Holter and the Punani Poets and like other joints like
Okay.
that was on Real Sex back in the day. Well, I think for me, like, I really got started in sex work out of survival, like real survival sex work. You know, I was selling like weed and hustling, and I got kicked out the house. And
at what age was this?
I got kicked out the house kind of like off and on between like 16 and 18, but for
Okay.
good when I was 18. Well, 17. And I had a homegirl. She was a dancer out here in Philly. And someone had approached her to be in a magazine. That gives away my age right there, right?
Okay.
And she was like, I don't want no random dicks in my face. She knew, like me and her used to mess around or whatever. She's like, she knew I liked to be watched. She knew I was working with. She was like, yo, just come get this money. And I got something like $400 or something like that for maybe an hour, 2 hours. And it was all like insinuated sex. We didn't even really fuck. It was all for the magazine. So they got to
Okay.
have like,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
the close up to
Okay,
the
yeah,
pussy
yeah.
looking at the camera type
Right.
shit. And I was like, yo, I made $400 for like that. You know what I'm saying? For doing something that I would have done for free probably.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
right.
So that's kind of like when things shifted for me. And then I had, you remember them chat line type joints back in the day?
Yep.
Where you would call and say your name
Yes.
and you would like connect with other people and shit.
Yes.
So I met this couple on there. It was this dude who was looking for someone to fuck his wife. And he was like, sent like a limo to pick me up from the block.
Oh, wow.
It was wild, yo.
Whoa.
And I fucked his wife and they tipped me. Like I didn't even know to ask for money. Like I don't know if that was part of their little fetish or kink.
Right.
They gave me some bread.
Right.
And
So he
then-
was a cuck.
He was definitely a cuck, you know what I'm saying? It was like the whole
you knowing
super
the
cuck
terms.
situation and everything. And, you know, those two things, like at the same time from there, the photographer told me, like, yo, I know these people, and started booking me with more people kind of just like that situation. And it like one thing rolled into another from there.
I see.
Okay. So is it something that you think that you'll always do?
In some shape, form, or fashion,
Yeah.
because I love filmmaking. Like, I love the
But
trying
only
to
with like sexual, like
No,
that,
I mean, I'd
or
make any
just-
kind of film.
okay.
I mean, like doing the music video stuff and all that. Like, I really enjoy it. But
Yeah.
I think the thing is with porn is that there's not a lot of people who make porn the way we do, with the specific idea of making it for people of color. You know what I'm saying? So like, we show different fetishes and kinks and different realms of passion and sapiosexuality and swingers, like everything. Like, we really try to bring all of that and then make it aesthetically beautiful. Whether we shooting that shit with a phone, a drone, or a motherfucking, Sony Red camera, like, we still trying to bring some kind of passion and creativity that when we started Royal Fetish Films was non-existent, and now still today there's still a lack of it.
Okay.
I see.
So what kind of porn do you do? Like what's some of the,
Like, what people know me for mostly is like really
categories.
like,
All I know is when I search in
hardcore fetish
Pornhub
shit is what
categories.
people know me for the most.
Hardcore?
Like fetish and
Fetishes?
hardcore.
Okay.
So,
That's like
I've been
BDSM?
doing BDSM and fetish training and cuckolding situations and things like that since I got into the shit. So it's like just part of my nature at this
So
point.
you're a dom at heart.
Yeah, it was kind of something like I didn't know there was terminology for all this shit.
you just
like
knew that's who you were. That's what you were like.
yeah, it was kind of like even like with the cuckold situation, the first one I was ever in, I didn't really know what fucking cuckolding was. It was just like, oh, you want me to fuck your wife? Sure. Like,
Right.
she should be getting fucked. Like, what? So it's like a very natural thing for me. And then like learning the terminology from people and like the social mores of it and all of that. It's like, oh wow, this actually suits me. It fits what I'm into and how I am sexually.
So can you explain, like, for our viewers, like what the whole, because I'm just learning this, like the dom and like the sub, what that kind of dynamic is, and like,
Sure.
I guess what kind of extent, like how far it goes, is it just that's it, or is it like different levels to it?
There's definitely different levels to it because it can be something you only enjoy in the bedroom. It could be something you only do in porn, or it could be something that's your lifestyle 24/7.
Right.
And all the various inclinations between all them things, right?
Okay.
So some people are more dominant or top, some people are more sub and bottom, and then there's people who fall in between that are switches.
That's me.
Yeah, we was talking about that on set.
Yeah.
She was like, I'm doming most people, but the right guy, She's
like, I love to be
sub a little
submissive,
something.
yeah.
And I think as it's kind of like proliferated more into like mainstream consciousness, people do kind of like box it. And it doesn't really have to be that way.
Right.
It can be completely fluid. Like you
Right.
might be the most dominant person in the world till you meet somebody that you're like, you know what? I feel safe and comfortable enough to sub for you.
I'm so glad that you
Yes.
said that, because
I
I feel like
know.
that's something that we talk about,
Yes.
like us being women who are very, I don't want to use the word the independent, or the alpha female,
But we are
Just be like
independent
powerful.
women.
but women, yeah, there you go, powerful
There you go.
entities.
Yes.
Yeah.
But we're so used to being like that,
The
like,
head of household.
yeah, head of
Like,
household,
we
taking
run
care of
everything at
things,
home. We have a
controlling in a
career.
sense, yeah, and because we're single moms, but we're so used to being in that position, and so it's nice to be able to have a man take that role on, and then you can be submissive to that person. Okay, sure, whatever you want.
But even with that, like, and that doesn't have to go beyond that particular time or that particular way that y'all interact.
Right,
Like,
yeah.
it doesn't mean that now you have to let go of all your power
Right, oh,
and
no.
hand that power over to somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's some people have like they get nervous because they like, I don't want to forego or let go of all of this all the time. So some
Right.
people are like, nah, that's just my bedroom shit.
Yeah. Even alpha males like to take a back seat sometimes.
For sure.
And let the woman or whoever their partner is at the time take the lead, which, I think definitely there's a time and
Yeah.
place for everyone to switch roles. But as far as switching roles up, like as far as your private sexual life versus the sex industry life, is there a difference between?
There's no cameras in my private life.
That's the only difference.
There's no sex that I have on camera that I wouldn't have off camera.
Is
So,
the
and vice
passion
versa.
different though too? If you're with someone that you truly like love and care about, is
Or
the passion
Well,
different?
I mean, the good thing is I get to shoot a lot of porn with someone who I love and am passionate
well, that's
with, you
true
know
too.
what I'm saying? But I
Yes,
think,
and she's beautiful and amazing.
yes, Jess and Jasmine and I started this company just kind of like partially because we wanted to see more black and brown passion and love in porn. But there's also always going to be a difference. Like, as a polyamorous person, like, let's say I have another lover and we're on camera, it's still going to look different because also Jasmine and I got 11 years of passion together. You know what I'm saying? So it's always going to look different than someone who I just show up on set and we just met today.
Right.
You know, but my passion doesn't change because I'm a passionate person and I love to fuck. So I look at this shit as a creative thing as well. So it's like I'm on set and I'm already like, especially if it's a new place, I'm like, oh, what could I fuck on in here? Or like, what kind of positions?
Is that really how you think?
That is how I think.
Really?
Like, what positions can we do? And if I like, let's say you're another performer, I check out your work and I'm like, oh, what is she like? Or we have a conversation and talk about what we're into. And I see like, oh, what kind of stuff has she done before? Well, what kind of stuff does she want to do? And like find out of all those things what we can kind of like connect our puzzle pieces on.
You're fucking for the person, like.
Well, I mean, you should.
Yeah.
Just kind of like you said earlier, no two people are the same. So you don't ever, especially for work in a way, you know what I'm saying? Like, we coming on this set to make something beautiful, something sexy for people to get off to. So I for sure want to make sure we're both pleased because that's my least favorite porn. I don't care what the genre is. If people look like they don't want to be there, I can't even get up to that.
Oh yeah, no, that's I need
the people that is in it. They just have to look like they want to be there and enjoy themselves.
So are there people that show up to do the job who don't?
Just like any other job.
Really?
There's people who are definitely there for their paycheck.
Okay.
There's definitely people there who are like, I'm here for this paycheck, but I also love what I do. Which is,
Yeah, I get it.
You know
No, that
what I'm
makes
saying?
sense. That makes sense. I get that for sure. So as far as finding a person, a partner who matches your sexual energy, do you feel like that's difficult in your personal life? I mean, I know you have
just
someone.
me specifically or people in general?
I would say, okay, you can answer that in general.
I think it's important to try and find that, or at least somebody who's understanding of what you're into and what you like. Like, you don't always have to be into every single thing the same.
Right.
You know, like, for example, in our relationship, Jasmine definitely is along the lines that she is not into anal.
Okay.
So, you know, she
So
hired.
I'm right there with you, girl.
So we hire out for that. You know what I'm saying? Or,
Me too.
you know what I'm saying? Like, we have other people that we work with that is into that. She likes to peg people. I don't like to get pegged.
Okay.
So we hire out for that. You know what I'm saying?
So real quick, so you have this understanding that, okay, so she doesn't care for anal, so she knows that, like, that's something that she ain't gonna give you. So she's okay with. I mean, well, I guess she's okay.
I mean, we're open. We're open and poly.
Is it poly?
Yeah, we're polyamorous. But I mean, like, just in the sense of like, even if we weren't in the adult film industry, and she was just like, "Hey, I'm really interested in pegging somebody," I'm like, "I'm not interested in being pegged." I would still be like, "But you should do that shit though." And if you want me to watch, I'm there. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, see, that's where communication comes in, and it's so important to communicate with your partners. Because I feel like some people out here are in relationships who are afraid to communicate because they're afraid they're going to lose that person, or they're afraid it's going to the dynamics of the relationship is going to change. But people just need to be more open, just to have the conversation.
definitely gonna lose them if you cheat on them.
Exactly.
Well, as I
Right.
say,
So
that's what
it's
happens.
way better to fuck it up on the front end than the back end.
But I feel like sometimes, like, there are, I just feel like even as for men, like, there's a man might be okay with a woman, you know, like, if he needs certain things, but he's not okay if she, you know, wants to do something with a man, like, outside. So then it's like you're kind of like holding her from.
These are the type of men she get involved with.
Holding a
The man wants to be able to have her and then do whatever and then have somebody else. But if she wants to have another dude come in the situation, it's like, no, can't have another dude. That's not happening.
I mean, that situation hasn't happened, but, you know.
I think that kind of goes to how men are taught what our love is supposed to be like. Men were taught we're supposed to be possessive and take ownership over women. Women
Are you possessive?
Am I? No.
No, you don't care. Just do what you want.
I feel
It's
like
not that I don't care. I care a lot.
I don't mean it
but
like
people
that,
think
but
that
yeah.
because, you know, I'm poly or because my partner is with other people that I don't care. Like, no, I care a lot. I want her to be happy.
Well, because
know
you
what I'm
guys have
saying?
been together for, like you said, over a decade now.
But we started
it's
in
still
this.
your mindset.
That's how our relationship started. We didn't one day decide we was gonna be poly. When we met, I was like, I don't ever want to be in a monogamous relationship.
Oh, ever.
No. And she was like, good. I don't want a man ever telling me what to do. And I was like, perfect.
Then that's how it works so well. Because we know another couple who has started off their relationship like that too. Now they're not necessarily poly, but it's more of like a maybe not necessarily swinger. It's a little different. But they started it in the beginning, and they've lasted 20 some years now, and they have from the outside looking in, it looks like they have a really great relationship. Yeah, but I think it's a little bit more than just swingers. Anyway,
But I think regardless of what you are, it's about being honest with what you are.
Right.
And then you can be honest with your partner. But if you're not honest with yourself, you can't be honest with nobody
and then
else.
let that person make the decision whether they're okay with it or if they can't, Because I do know people who like I said, like especially if they're in a dominant, like they're the submissive person, but they can't. There's certain they have to do certain things, and the other person isn't open to.
well, that's why I think if you're, like you said, if you know who you are, you need to say that from the jump. Instead of letting someone get to know you and almost falling in love with you and then realizing, oh, this is the type of lifestyle you want to live.
Right,
and they're not about that life. And then, hearts get broken, people get, feel betrayed or whatever. So definitely having that communication from the jump, I think, is so important. So I'm glad you brought that up.
Now, let me ask you this. Okay, so what if one day she says, you know what, I don't want to be poly anymore. I just want you all to myself.
I can't even imagine a world in which that would happen.
And it's like, I just feel like that does happen.
But let's just say, we would have to have a conversation about that because.
You better give me some anal. No. I know what you're saying, but yeah.
It could be, I don't know, maybe in that mystical world that we talking about, I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever. Like, let's do it. Or like, no, this doesn't work for me. And what
but
can
you're
we,
still open.
What can we do? What can we do to either compromise that, or how does our relationship dynamic have to change to make you feel comfortable? Because it might be like, hey, we're always going to love each other, but if you want to be in a monogamous relationship with somebody that's not me, then how can I support you in that?
Right. Do you think that would change the dynamic of your relationship if that did come up in the future?
If we were no longer sexual and she was in a it would change it. I don't know if change is inevitable.
Right.
Change is always going to happen in a relationship. I would hope whatever our relationship is, I don't know, 5, 10, 15 years from now is different than now. I hope it's not that.
Right.
I hope it's not that.
So I'm not saying it is. We're just saying.
It would definitely change, but the love that I have for Jasmine is so, to me, like so honest and pure in my heart. Like my love for her would not change.
Right.
Just the dynamic of our relationship would change.
Right. That makes sense.
So that's the person that I don't like. What does she consider then? Like, if
What do we consider each other?
Yeah, there you go.
That's my partner.
Your partner.
In all things.
Okay.
Some people in polyamorous relationships will define someone as like their primary partner. I mean, that's my wife. You know what I'm saying? So I don't like the terminology because sometimes it kind of forces other people to have to primary their partner in the way.
Yeah.
But for me, like, that's my primary partner. This is my partner of 11 years. So if there's someone who I just meet, I think anyone who I'm in a relationship with, we all have to understand each other where we're at. It's no different than a monogamous relationship. You meet a dude tomorrow, you already said you're a single mother.
Right.
He has to understand and respect where you are at in your life, what you have time for, because you have responsibilities to your child, to your family, to your friends, to your job, to your this, to that.
To her wife.
To your wife. Your work, are y'all work wives and stuff?
No, we're not work wives.
Oh, y'all wives.
It's every day.
Okay, so then he gotta honor that.
Oh, he most certainly does.
So like
she makes it very clear, right?
But like all these things are gonna come into play, and you're not polyamorous. So if you're polyamorous, then you do have other things that still are gonna come in and be a factor within a relationship. And the thing that I love about that is it weeds people out really fucking fast.
Oh, I'm sure.
Because like there's a whole a whole lot of shit about me that's gonna weed some shit out of motherfuckers real fast. Like, yeah, I do porn. I'm in a polyamorous relationship.
Yeah.
I have kids. I'm this old. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? Like
yeah.
all these things. So it's like if you can't fuck with any of that shit,
Right.
don't waste
not-
your
yeah, don't
time,
waste
your time,
or
right.
my time.
Yeah,
you know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So does your partner have to approve of your other like people that you end up being interested in? Like, how does that work?
For me at this point, I think that's the only way it can work.
Okay.
I can't say that for everybody,
Mm-hmm.
but I would never want any of my partners like just
To be uncomfortable.
to be uncomfortable by someone else, just as I wouldn't want to be uncomfortable by their partner. And the only thing that can make them uncomfortable would be disrespect. You know what I'm saying? So like I
Right.
wouldn't want, just like I wouldn't want to make someone else uncomfortable if I was their partner's partner.
Right.
So what does your poly look like?
Right now,
Yeah.
it is me and Jasmine. I am outside of that relationship. I'm not seeing anybody right now.
Oh, okay. So how? I
Like
mean,
I've gone on a date here and there,
okay.
you know.
So is it like other women, other men? Like how? And
She's
what
not.
is that?
She's not dating anybody at this point either. Because we just had a
You're
baby
like in a monogamous relationship. No.
with a whole lot of fucking other people. I mean, no, we just had a baby. You know,
How old
so
is the baby?
Oh, okay.
she's one now. She just turned one.
Wow.
Congratulations.
So yeah, thank you. And then we just had another one go to kindergarten. We just had our oldest get married, and our second oldest go to college. So it's been a lot of
Wow.
a lot of family time because that's all happened within a span of a year.
Right.
You know what
wow,
I'm saying? So
that's a lot.
we've been like not even.
Like just folk, just
Yeah, it's been a lot of that, and then also. It's funny because I hear my single monogamous friends complaining about the dating pool. I'll be like, yeah, I'm right there with you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I think it's also when you have somebody that you love and you care about, you know it's possible. So you're way less likely to settle for some bullshit.
Oh, that's for
Because it's
sure.
like I've waited for this woman of my dreams for this long, and I found her.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like. If I'm gonna find other people who fit into my dreams, you know what I'm saying, or other people of my dreams, I'm not gonna fucking settle for somebody that be having them nightmare tendencies and shit. You know what I'm saying?
No,
I
that is
completely
facts.
understand that for sure.
So in your I want to know. So in your
She all about that. What's
Like,
curious?
I got so many
you know what?
questions.
Because it's like I feel like sometimes we're just uneducated. If you don't know what you don't know, and so with this poly relationship, are the other partners like living with you guys, if in this sense, or is it? Do you like? How does that?
We've discussed it before, and we'd be comfortable if it was someone we were both comfortable with.
So would it be could it be another man or could it be another woman? And then if it is,
Whoever.
Are you guys both like sexual with both partners? Like, are you sexual with other men? Like in that what's that?
I'm not,
Oh, okay.
but
Because that there was like a clip with like two this woman, she was married to this man, and then she told him that, you know what, I want another man. And so now they got a boyfriend and they do stuff together. So
Nice.
I just was kind of curious.
nah, I mean, I think there's no particular, there's not a rule book
Right.
per se, other than honesty.
Right.
If you want to explore things, let your partner know what you're interested in exploring, because they might be thinking the same shit you are, you
yeah.
know? And if you're not interested in exploring the things that they're interested in exploring, let them know that too. And then let them know what level of exploration you're comfortable with. Like, hey, that's good for you. When you come home, tell me about it. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
okay.
Or I don't even really want to hear about it. I just want to know that you're safe. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many different ways, but just think about what works for you and share it. Now, like for me, if we did get to the point where there was somebody else that we wanted to bring into the home, whether it's man, woman, non-binary, trans, whatever the person is, it has to be somebody that we're not only comfortable with us, but we're also comfortable with our children. So that's where it does bring in a different kind of factor to everything.
Oh, sure.
You know what I'm saying? Because when we were having conversations like that, it was before we had a little one.
Yeah,
This like is our- my our son's mommy, a little older.
So now that you have two older
But kids are able to understand that, because kids are learning about love. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
at that age, and this is what's so interesting to me with the like political discourse around gay marriage, trans rights, run down the line, is that children don't step into something like this shit is wrong. They might not feel comfortable, or they might not like something for themselves, but they're not looking at it from like the totality of this shit is wrong.
No, because they don't know.
It's like racism. It's a taught situation.
Yeah.
Nobody
So-
is born knowing not to like someone just because of something of gender, race, religion, whatever.
But so our oldest, she got married to a man, and our son, he's 5, he's the ring bearer. And so now that's the only time he's ever been to a wedding. So he had made this comment about a woman marries a man, because he's like really interested, because it's like a big fucking deal to get
he was
married.
the center of it.
Yeah, so he's like very interested in this. And then so, we literally had this conversation while I was in the car on the way here. Mm-hmm. And then so like, no, a man can marry a man, a woman can marry a woman. And he's like, really? And so we had been to a wedding for Dylan Diaz and Jake Waters, who are performers that we know. And so, like, these are their wedding pictures.
Right.
And he's like, oh, wow, that's cool. Back to dinosaurs now. You know what I'm saying? Like, this shit isn't a big fucking deal.
Right.
But people make this huge deal of it because them and their whole grown-ass mind is uncomfortable because they're not sure who they love. You know what I'm saying?
And I feel
like
it's
all
more
these
of a,
things. And with polyamory, it's still the same thing, too. Like, to let the kid know, like, this person is who this is to mommy and daddy.
Right.
You could say this your friend. You
Right.
could say, this is someone that we love and care about, and your kid will understand that. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like it's more, when you said like a grown type of mindset, it's more of like an antiquated type of mindset, I feel, because people are so stuck in tradition and stuck in how things were years ago, where things years ago, people, husbands were going to brothels and, having sex
They
with other
still
people.
are.
And, yeah. So I'm just saying, like,
Asians.
Maybe at the bunny
spot.
ranch and shit.
yes, exactly. So I just feel like it's just, but all that was more hidden back in the day. Now that we have social media and things are more open, people are talking about it more, it's being more accepted somewhat. It still has a ways to go. Just being in any kind of relationship, that regardless of who it is.
I think it also has to do with, and y'all let me know if I go wild left field on y'all or whatever, but I think there's a certain control that's placed on everybody, but also there's a higher level of control that's specifically put on women and people of color, right? Okay. On women, like we was talking about with being possessive, women are a possession. That's why at a certain point, like, motherfuckers have to bring a dowry in order to marry you. You know what I'm saying? That's why motherfuckers, this is paid, this is covered. How are you get? You know what I'm saying?
Right,
because
yeah.
women weren't considered to be full human beings.
Right.
Women were considered to be something that men owned.
Right.
So like, all these antiquated ideas can kind of like can all lead back to things like that, where it's like, fuck even getting married, like a woman to a woman. It's like a woman choosing who she gets to marry, as opposed to like the family picking. There's still mad parts of the world where women don't get to choose who they love
Oh,
and
yeah.
who they
and
marry.
Very true.
I just don't
Very
agree.
true.
I think the older I get, the more I start to realize that there's so many I kind of like try to take like the liberal kind of thought process. Like, if something feels good to you, why not do it? Yeah, there might not be, even like with a person. Like, I think I'm more open now with a certain lifestyle. You know what? Screw it. I'm ready for a poly relationship. I don't even care. No.
She is lying. Don't even try
Came
it.
out on the show.
You know what?
I don't care, guys.
Y'all making a reel of this right now.
I'm just, what's going on right now is just not it. Okay, the world is not worlding for me but I just feel like sometimes we have to have so much control over a situation or over like what's going on that we lose out on a lot.
True.
And we always talk about like the whole dating. I mean, now things are a little different now. Look at that glow.
Shut
Things are a little
up.
different now, but like you're with somebody or you meet somebody and it's like, oh, they have all these different checks, and then it's like, then that damn next, and then it's like that, and then it's like maybe one of those things you can be okay with. Maybe this person wants an open relationship. Can you be okay with that if they're giving you everything? So
Well, she's in a situationship now that she's trying to figure out.
Well,
So that's why she's talking about it.
I think we all have, what our cutoffs are.
yeah.
Like where we can absolutely not fuck with.
Right. Like if someone's
and
not
it's
a good
okay to
parent.
have those. It's okay to hold on to those
if they're
things,
not,
you know.
Yeah. Like if I meet someone and they're not a good parent, they're not there for their child, they're not.
That's an
I'm
automatic red flag.
Absolutely
Yeah.
not. Like moving on. Like you can sit over there.
Well, I was having a conversation with someone at work, and she was just like, my boyfriend was like hearting people's pictures, and I said, so what?
That's the only way you can like them.
Like,
They don't give you no other option other than heart.
well, instead of commenting, right? Well,
but
he
she
didn't
took it like,
comment.
why
She's
he
like,
liked this other person's
why is he
picture?
liking this picture? And I said, guys, men are visual. Typically, men are visual, so it's okay. That doesn't mean anything. A man could. Like they're looking at something all day long. Like, don't be in your head about it. Because I think sometimes we get stuck and it's like, well, I don't like you. Like, if you're making comments about, certain things or send it to my DM, I feel like that's a little different,
Uh-oh, someone's feeling nervous. He's making comments in someone's DM right now.
So anyway.
But I think, but that also goes back to being possessive, though. And I think that a lot of being possessive in a relationship has to do with, you're not confident in yourself. Like even if he likes somebody else's pictures, so what?
Right.
He's allowed to like. He's human.
Right.
He's gonna see other people that he finds attractive and like that shit. Would you rather he liked it and never said nothing, or he was just like, "Fuck it, I like this shit."
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
She's
like, I don't
just
really
probably
care.
insecure.
Yeah.
Insecure people get upset about little things like that, and so she has to work on herself.
Right.
That's the main point.
Like,
She
it's
has to
not a big
understand
deal.
that.
And so, afterwards, she's like, what? I did think about what you said. You're right. It really isn't like that big of a deal. So what? I like pictures all day. There's certain things, that I'm not going to. I don't care about, but that doesn't mean anything.
Also, people mindlessly scroll at this point, so you have to keep a factor in that's just part of being on that app. You start zoning out and just.
Yeah, that's true too.
But I do
very true.
think it's good though. Look and see what he like.
That's true,
it
too.
might actually help you learn
I
a
saw
little
it
bit
and I
more
said,
about
I don't
him.
know, you girl, you don't got nothing
She
to
may
worry
not be
about.
ready for that though. It sounds like she might be a little too insecure to even get to that point yet.
Yeah.
She needs to work on herself.
Right.
Long story short, we are over time. So we could sit here and talk for so long. I want to thank you so much for taking the time to come here. I know you're doing a bunch of things. You're all over the place. So we appreciate you being here with us today and sharing your story and how
I
you.
allotted time. So if you wanted to go overtime, I'm good. I allotted a good amount of time for y'all.
I
gotta go.
I do just have another question.
Okay, go ahead.
So like, I know, be quiet. So what, the kind of porn that you do, like, I know you said the fetishes, the BDSM.
I do more than that. That's just what people know me for the most.
Oh,
probably.
know you for. What's your least favorite and what's your most favorite?
My least favorite porn is anything that's racist. I hate that racist shit that they do.
Do they really have that?
So you don't partake. You just don't like
I don't
seeing
partake
it, right?
in that at all. I don't like seeing it. I don't like knowing that they make it. And then also, like I said, anything that there's no passion or like, and I don't see any kind of connection between either the people or the performers and the camera.
Okay.
My favorite shit, I can watch any kind of porn. Like there's no porn that I don't like in the sense of like, if the performers are passionate, they like are into their scene partners, or if it's a solo, they're into themselves, or if it's an orgy, they into everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like I could watch a lot of it just depending on like how it's produced or the performers.
Right.
Do you have a favorite that you perform? Like you're like, oh, I get to do this today.
I think lately my favorite has been with a trans woman and a cis woman in a scene together.
Wait, so trans woman and a cis, what's a cis woman?
Someone who's assigned a woman at birth is a cis.
Oh yeah. It's all these names. I can't keep
Yeah, there's
up.
a whole lot of.
All I know is a man and a
names.
woman. It's all these extra terms I be trying to get used to.
It's all good. The language expands as our brains expand.
Right.
That's very true.
So wait, so what does that look like?
Like beautiful fucking threesome.
Okay, so trans. So
What are you trying to multiply here? What kind of math are you trying to do?
I'm just curious. So like, are you have like I don't know. So you said a
So
trans
now,
woman.
now
so
you
are
just gotta
have-
go
I know,
look. You gotta go watch.
all right,
Oh, you gotta
I'll
go watch.
Well, no, what's the question?
I don't know. I don't even know what the question
don't know
is.
what she asked
I'm just
me.
trying to. I'm
She's trying to figure out how it all goes down. Like what all this porn out there.
I do all the things. I'm a top. I'm a dom. I don't bottom.
You're a top.
Yeah, I don't bottom. So I do all the other things.
That means
I
he's,
do all
he's
the I do
doing
all
everything.
the fucking.
He's doing,
okay.
you know, he's
I
putting
know
in
what a
work.
top was.
Oh, you should know. Anyway, so what we're gonna do is we'll do our brand blast. So I'm gonna let you shout out your brand and any artists. We shout out Black and Brown businesses at the end of every show.
Okay.
So you can shout out, your information again. I know you did at the beginning of the show, but you're more than welcome to do it again. Or if there's somebody else you would like to shout out as well. I know there's a lot of
Put it
people.
on the spot.
And I gotta give like all their socials.
You don't necessarily have to, but if you remember it, you can. And we can always look it up and put it in the description
Oh
later.
yeah, for sure. Then I got you.
Okay. So give me.
And I look at the camera for this.
Yes.
Look at the camera. You're so used to that.
So do my brand and they brand.
You can do your brand and then a shout out to an artist or another, whoever.
All right. Well, I want to do my shout out to Glittersaurus Rex, who has been the operations manager and stylist for Royal Fetish Films, but everybody can hire her to make sure they look good, make sure they shit run proper, and all of that. So y'all go. I guess the thing gonna be like right here. Go,
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
go,
Yes.
go follow her and go
she's
make
so
sure that you
sweet.
got
She's
shit.
so sweet.
Yo,
Yeah.
so amazing at her job that sometimes I forget that I have to dress myself.
Now, are you talking about who was there yesterday?
Yes.
Is that Tiana?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, she is the best.
Yeah, she's
The
so
best.
sweet.
She
I don't
is
even
so
meet her,
sweet.
but I just know she's
and
sweet.
she
That's
was putting everybody together, making sure everybody was right. This was here, this little wrinkle there. Let me go do this. Let me steam this.
Yo.
Like she was amazing. Absolutely
Yeah.
amazing. And then you can shout out yourself again.
Yes, and I'd also like to shout out myself. Definitely KingNoirXXX.com, RoyalFetishXXX.com. You can check us out across the hub if you want the hub or whatever, X videos, OnlyFans, and find out what it is that we do and realize why it's the porn that you've been missing in your life.
Oh, yes. You know what? I'm going to be honest real quick.
She don't watch porn.
I honestly don't. It doesn't do anything for me. Like if I want to get in the mood, I'm just going to be in the mood and find somebody to do it with. Like that's just how I am. I just want to do it. I don't want to watch it.
Perusing the streets.
So then,
Yeah.
but then I saw you.
Used to. No.
I don't peruse in the streets.
I'm messing.
I am not
Like
out in
you.
the streets, everybody.
Pick you. That's what I want you to do.
That'd be
pick
wild
you.
as hell.
Anyway, but then I
shit.
saw you because you have been out here on social media a lot and on more other podcasts of that nature. So I'm like, oh, let me see what. And I was like, oh my god,
Because when she sent me the clip, I was like, how are you even looking at this? Because you don't even watch porn. I do.
know, I know,
Okay.
because I feel like the porn that I have seen in the past that either I wasn't attracted to the people or they just weren't doing what I thought was like sensual. It just seemed like just effing. Everybody's just out here. It just it didn't give me what I thought I was going to get from it. But then when I watched your videos, I was like, this is like more sensual, more passionate. So it was definitely like, it was like, oh my God, this is actually really cool. Really
had
nice.
time.
Now
Tyrone
she
and
be
that wand.
perusing the site.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, she says, screw the streets now.
But wait, what's your genre? What you like to watch?
It's not girl on girl. We know that.
What? You know what? I can't with you. Okay, whatever. The last episode, she thought I was going to propose
Okay,
to her.
shut up. We ain't
So
gonna
I
do that
like
again.
chocolate, like, I don't know, just like a chocolate man and,
And
like a woman
big,
like
oversized.
vagina.
No.
Oh.
A penis.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't know. I can't watch.
She like a dark skin with muscles, tall, big dick. That's what she likes to watch.
goes.
Regardless of who he's fucking.
That's not regardless.
care.
They got to look like me. They have to look like me, like kind of
Okay.
like thick and.
Yeah, okay. All right. Anyway, so yeah, that's what she liked.
That's a very specific genre. I like that shit. She said me.
They got to look like me.
Gotta look like me.
Because she's
Or-
fantasizing
Do you go out
Or
and
blowjob.
like look for like certain performers who look like you and see who they fuck at all? I got some suggestions if you're looking for. for some folk that fit your build and all that. I know a few dope performers. Got you.
Okay.
All right. Let her know the deets.
Yes. Yes.
For sure.
You can send the info over. I'll
Got you.
browse.
Well, I'm going to wrap it up. I was going to do a health tip. The health tip is use lube.
Yes.
Use
Lube
the
up.
lube. And the peach flavored lubes are amazing. So anyway, use the lube, guys, in either way. Vaginal, anal, however you need to use it, buy it, use it. It's amazing. And it's going to give you a great experience. Thanks again for coming to the show. You're
Thank you for having
amazing.
me.
I can't wait to see the video. Let us
I
know when
can't
it's out
either.
so we can promote it, market it, all that
got
good
you.
stuff.
My
And-
wife was looking so hot. Wait till y'all
up.
see her.
Facts.
Okay.
So thank you for watching Bear It All. Like,
Appreciate
share,
you.
comment, subscribe, and keep on watching every
Yes.
other Tuesday.
Bye, guys.
Bye.